today, from Toronto, Canada, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Toronto Huskies taking on the Washington Football Team.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Football Team and the Toronto Huskies. So they bring out their punter. He's been terrific so far. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring? Trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it in a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the gun, Ferrara toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Throwing again. Ferrara. He'll buy some time right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the first down marker.
And partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
First down and 10. At their own.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. 63 yards on the ground. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
This will be caught just inside the 10. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watched tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlight showed him in New York.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Ben DiNucci, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Play action. It's DiNucci. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now it looks like he'll throw here. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Lost man.
Oh, with that.
Smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Toronto, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis...
Tonight, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Toronto Huskies and the Arizona Cardinals.
Zerline set to kick off.
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads him out.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. To throw, it's Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now? Let's go to that play.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 18. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38.
Number 21 is Zeke.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. 15 carries, 129 yards, and he threw a touchdown in there for good measure.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
4 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Stevens. first down. Murray throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
And 10.
To throw again. Murray. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. Now Drake loses the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Now, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Throw left side complete. It's Knight. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Well, a clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And they take a knee. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Toronto, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young